Hello, everybody. All right, welcome to the Mikestand. I hope everybody's having a good week thus far. Today is, of course, Tuesday, October the 15th, 2024. As we're a little under 2 weeks away from Halloween, of course. Um, Hope you guys have been enjoying the Halloween specials that have been on. Let's see. As always, we're going to give it a couple minutes to give people a chance to come in. Hope again, if you haven't already, if you guys can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here to engage. That'd be appreciated. Also, feel free to subscribe, as well as if anything we talk about tonight grabs your attention. We'll go ahead and, if anything grabs your attention, feel free to comment and or ask questions. I'll try to answer the questions to the best of my ability. So, la 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 la. La 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 la. Scooby Dooby Doo, looking for you. Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? All the stars are here, waiting for you. Couldn't have a show without you. Scooby, Scooby Doo. Hey Scooby, where are you? Over here. On Yogi's Ark. Everyone they know you too. Everyone they come to you. Casper, the friendly ghost, the friendliest ghost you know. He laughs and plays, sings and dances all day. Alright, so now we're at the 3 minute mark, so I guess I'll go over what's on tap for tonight. So we're gonna go over a couple articles from Bounding in the Comics. They're, I think, more anime related than anything else. Revolving around some people taking some other people to court, as it were. And let me see. First off, and these articles are from Bounding in the Comics. So YouTuber Chibi Reviews is taking legal action after Western anime fans dox him, upload illegal materials to his DeviantArt account over his positive opinion of Dandadan. So we'll look at that. And the other thing we'll be looking at, of course, the other article, the ranking of Shosuke Toka, the ranking of King's mangaka or manga creator, files defamation lawsuit against social media user who basically accused him of being both far right and a child predator. So, with all that being said, let's see. Let's see. Okay, we'll get into the articles. Plus, we'll have, of course, the wrestling wrap up as well as this day in these history towards the end. And of course, once again, if anything we talk about tonight grabs your attention, feel free to comment down or ask questions. Also, also, um, of course, if you haven't already, if you guys can like and share the screen, see if we can get some more friendly people in here to engage. That'd be appreciated. Also, if anything here, grab. Well, we already said all that. So, anyways, let's get into, of course, the get into the article here. Oh, there we go. All right, so here's the first YouTuber Chibi Reviews taking legal action after Western anime fans dox him, upload illegal materials to his DeviantArt account over his positive opinion of Dandadan. So, article by Nerdigans Inc. published yesterday. So let's and take a look at this. The fall anime season is finally here, and with it, much to the joy of fans, the premiere of Science Saru's highly anticipated anime adaptation of Yukinobu Tatsu's Dandadan. Unfortunately, one such fan, an anime YouTuber by the name of Chibi Reviews, has found himself the target of harassment for Western viewers due to his enjoyment of the series' actual contents. Originally published via Shueisha's Shonen Jump Plus app, Dandadan follows high schooler Ken Takakura and high schoolers Ken Takakura and Momo Ayase, the former who believes in aliens but not ghosts, and the latter ghosts but not aliens, as they attempt to prove their respective perspective to the other. An interesting take on all that. In other words, they're kind of, which would, trying to prove aliens and ghosts would lead to a lot of like mystery type stuff. Yeah. In service of this competition, the two begin visiting various locations where such supernatural activity is said to have taken place. In a surprise twist, these visits eventually result in Momo being abducted by real aliens and Ken possessed by an actual spirit. Wow, right out of Scooby Doo or something like that, right? Right out of Hanna-Barbera's playbook, almost. Uh, as a result, Momo develops psychic powers, and Ken enters into a pseudo partnership with his possessive spirit, and gains the ability to temporarily gain incredible physical abilities, but as an unfortunate side effect, at the cost of his testicles, which he then proceeds to try and hunt down across all of Japan. So basically, the guy gets possessed, but then loses his balls. Basically, that's funny. Oh boy! You just imagine that little testicles bouncing along and guy running after him, which they propose to use against the aliens in order to stop them from taking over the Earth. There's Momo and Ken right there. Hmm. Let's do some. All right. So, anyways, getting back to the article here. Articles. Following Dandadan's October 3rd premiere, the YouTuber shared a clip from the episode wherein a member of the Serpo, an all male alien race seeking to obtain human reproduction organs, oh boy, to repopulate their species, attempts to use their intentionally phallic reproductive tool to exact Momo's banana and womb. To extract Momo's banana and womb. Okay. Alongside the clip, Chibi Reviews opined, quote, the animators didn't need to go so hard for this scene, unquote. So, and then there's a Twitter, I guess, editor's note at the time of this article's publication. An error with our website backend is preventing tweets from being properly embedded. As such, the tweet in question can only be presented as a URL. We apologize for this error and will update the article as soon as our embed function is fixed. Okay. So basically, we're going to see this quite a bit there when they, for at least for this article for right now. From there, a number of social media users, all of whom are apparently unable to discern fiction from reality, took Chibi Review's tweet as him endorsing sexual assault. Oh boy. Oh boy. Just because sexual assault is in the and I don't know if you call that sexual assault or not, but I mean, I guess it could. I guess in the most stringent of terms, it is, but which they in turn used as justification to begin harassing and threatening the YouTuber. Sharing a screenshot of a tweet from DU Zetin, in which they received thousands of likes for declaring, quote, petition to stone this guy, unquote. Chibi Reviews asserted, quote, 7,000 people threatened to unalive me over an anime post. I think I'm loved. Yeah, that might be taking it a little too far. However, despite this further clarification that he was merely admiring the scene's animation and that the series also features numerous such uncomfortable scenes involving Momo, the harassment only continued to grow. So apparently these people don't have much of a deep thinking thought process, I guess, to assume that because he likes an anime that has sexual insult in it, and not even, not even waiting to hear why he likes a particular scene or something like that. They just assume, and that's a problem when you assume. You make an ass out of you and me. And I know I swear there. I was doing it to make a point, though. But anyways, but as I said, I also try to keep swearing to a minimum. Sharing a collage of various tweets directed his way, which included such gems as, quote, we need to bring back killing annoying people, boy. Quote, please God smite this man so he can finally get off my timeline, unquote. You see, that's kind of what, that's why now I know it's probably better nowadays with Elon Musk. I do get that. But that's why I kind of got off, um, that's why I kind of got off, you know, Twitter in the first place, back almost now 5 years ago. Okay. And I don't have no plans of going back because it's very easy to get kind of swept up in all this, and eventually you start behaving in the same way they do and start saying stupid stuff like that. So I mean, it's that sometimes you just gotta take yourself out of the situation, and I don't mean in a permanent way either. Quote, "You are the most disgusting creature I have ever laid eyes on," unquote. And, quote, "We need to stone this guy," unquote, GB declared. Quote, "The normal people, everyone, I'm going to continue in smaller quote, normal people, everyone, I'm going to continue posting whatever the hell I want. Having thousands of you seething over me breathing gives me unimaginable joy in life." Talk about poking the bear a little bit. A few hours later, Chibi Reviews announced that not only had the harassment not stopped, but also that his critics have crossed a very real line. Quote, "And someone officially doxed my real information," unquote, he wrote on October 5th. Quote, "Also, they mocked my dead brother that committed suicide. You know who you are, and I'm going to speak to my lawyer now." Oh boy. Whoever did that, the TV review is stupid. Quote, "Those that use me for clout that helped get all my personal info doxed," unquote, he said. Quote, "You know who you are. You ain't good people. I got screenshots and will be using them as evidence. You want to actually bring me harm? Better be ready to face the consequences in court." You know, I mean, some of this is borderline criminal. I mean, threatening to unalive him, for example. You know, um, you really want to go to jail for that kind of thing, people? It was eventually discovered that though the original doxers had undertaken their campaign on Twitter, others on their side later proceeded to move the campaign's organizing efforts to the Soj Party forums, whereupon they proceeded to both openly document their exploits and up the ante by hacking into and uploading actual genuine child sexual exploitation material (CSEM) to Chibi Review's personal DeviantArt account. Okay, so who are the bad people here? They claim that it's kind of funny. Um, they can't. They claim he's into sexual assault, and yet he's accused. I guess they're now also trying to make it seem like he's also. But how did these people get um, child porn or whatever into their hands? You have to wonder that. You know, it's kind of funny. A lot of these SJWs, a lot of these people who do this kind of thing, you know, it's kind of something that I know Glenn Beck had talked about. Talked about before. The book Rules for Radicals, written by Saul Alinsky. One of the rules for Radicals is Look in the mirror, see the evil that you do, and then point your finger at somebody else, say they do it. Per relevant post, the information uncovered by the hackers related to his YouTube, Patreon, and personal social media accounts, as well as his social security. That's a no-no. That's like federal crime right there. Hacking into your social security numbers. That's a federal crime. These guys may be looking at some. I'm pretty sure. At least I'm pretty sure that's a federal crime. That may very well be. They may be finding themselves in prison over that. Interestingly enough, in regards to the topic of doxing, Soy Jack Party's official rules state, quote, while the act of doxing is generally discouraged, in most cases it is deemed acceptable by the user base. However, the administration reserves the right to intervene if they feel that a dox is unwarranted or crosses the line. So these people are, oh boy. In bracket, notably while founding in the comments, normally links to sources given the presence of Chibi's information on the Swordjack Party forums. We will not be linking to the thread directly. Yes, because that would be a good thing on their part. Why exacerbate the problem by publishing it even further? That's kind of a. Anyways, I do need to step away from the computer for a moment, so I'll be right back. But I'll put some music on to keep you guys entertained. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Anyways, again, a reminder: if you guys haven't already, if you guys can help out by liking and sharing the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here to engage. That'd be appreciated. Also, if anything here grabs your attention, feel free to comment and or ask questions, and I'll try to answer the questions to the best of my ability. So, with that being said, let's get back to the article here. Let's see. Screenshotting a number of relevant Soy Jack Party posts himself, Chibi Reviews eventually took to Twitter to declare in response to a critic who laughed off his concerns, quote, I hope you know I have evidence. You all are on some you all are on some BS. Have fun with the FBI. Quote, also more proof, unquote, he added, sharing a screenshot wherein a user can be seen admitting, quote, I hacked into his deviant art. Nothing interesting though. I edited his bio as a gem in brackets, an online slang term for a quality post, un, unsmaller quote, unquote, smaller quote, unsmaller quote, as opposed to when one post in smaller quotations, call. Quote, and DeviantArt even terminated the account because it was breaking its TOS, unquote. He ultimately revealed, quote, date and time at top right, unquote. Quote, not anyways kindly pee off, he concluded. As of writing, TV Reviews has yet to publicly detail just what specific legal actions he is pursuing against his harassers. Yeah, well, we will probably see soon enough that he will most likely eventually bring that all to the forefront. You know, he again he's talking to his lawyer, so we'll probably when the court case probably does come, when he does finally go to court with his lawyer, um, we'll see what all goes down. So, anyways, getting ready to move on to the next article here. 28-minute mark here. So, all right. So, with that being said, now there's one more article we want to look at here. Similar, I guess, kind of a similar situation to that with Chibi Reviews here. I guess the SJWs are getting restless, particularly here in the States. I don't know if this is because they are honestly afraid that Trump is going to, Trump is likely to win. They're real scared of that. And they know that some of this behavior will start getting cracked down on most likely if Trump becomes our president. You know, but I guess we'll just wait and see. Anyways, Ranking of Kings mangaka files defamation lawsuit against social media user who baselessly accused him of being both far right and a child predator. Now, the far right accusation, I don't, um, unless he's saying that he's extreme, unless he's saying by far right, he's like claiming he's an extremist and a danger and all that. But the thing that really, obviously is a big thing there is a child predator. Article by Spencer McCauley, published earlier today. So let's get into this. A move that will hopefully inspire a positive shift in the current state of online discourse. Ranking of Kings, the Japanese title Konsama ranking. Mangaka Sosuke Toka has responded to a Twitter user who made Wild accusations against his character with not a simple block, but rather with a full-blown defamation lawsuit. So he went all out here. Now, for those of you who may not know the term mangaka, it just means manga creator. Somebody who basically writes and draws manga. See where all this comes from. Set in an alternate version of Earth, Ranking of Kings centers on a world where the various kings of Earth are continually ranked according to their general power, with the king at the top receiving a small payout from the fabled quote unquote divine treasure vault. Though deaf and often looked down upon due to his extremely small size, Boss Kingdom Prince Boiji dreams of one day taking the seat atop the pantheon of kings. Sadly, Boiji does eventually receive the chance to pursue his goals, but only when his father, King Boss, passes away. But thanks to the kingdom's low opinion of Boichi's capabilities, rather than being crowned the ruler of Boss Kingdom, the young prince instead temporarily ousted from the throne, being told that he must train himself in order to be worthy of his position. Per a report from Japan's national NHK broadcasting agency, which we also get here in the States, mind you. As machine translated by Google Translate, the mangaka filed the lawsuit after said user, a 30-year-old woman who purportedly resides in Kagawa Prefecture. So basically, this is actually somebody in Japan who did this. He wasn't a Western. And I guess they have them over there too sometimes. But took to her personal Twitter account in July 2023 and asserted, quote, I wonder why I feel uncomfortable after reading Ranking of Kings, in brackets there. It's because the author is a P word and a NATO Uyo, a shortened form of the Japanese slang term Neto Uyoku, which translates literally to quote internet ultra nationalist internet far righter. See, I kind of thought that this is probably another Western Twitter user accusing him of this, but apparently they got him over there in Japan too. Some of these clowns. According to police, who began investigating the matter in this past April after Toka filed an official report about the incident, when questioned about the post, the woman explained, quote, I thought the content was imitating another manga I like, so I tried to vent my anger at the author, unquote. So you basically think somebody plagiarized somebody else's work. So what you're going to do is you're going to get back at him by accusing him of very inappropriate acts. Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense, doesn't it, folks? Let's see if anybody's on yet. No. As of writing, the woman has officially been referred to Japan's public prosecutor's office on suspicion of defamation. It is currently unknown just what damages Toka is seeking, not what potential punishments could await the accused. As noted above, Toka's refusal to let such categorically false accusations slide just because they were made on social media is a welcome consequence in the current internet era of, quote, in small quotes, terminating online social media users wantonly accusing anyone they have even the slightest disagreement with of having committed the most heinous crimes imaginable. Unsmaller. Now imagine this for now. Imagine if we had that now. Ground we have freedom of speech here in the states, but even freedom of speech doesn't always extend to defaming somebody. Okay, so let me just get that all out of the way first. But can you imagine if now ground we know that Vic for those of you who know the Vic Mignogna situation, he tried that, but you know, but what would happen if more people here in the states did that? If more people who were being accused of such things took their accusers to court, um, you know, and took the chance to took the chance to to actually to either get damages or get them to stop. Um, I mean, would this still be a problem if these people really did see that yes, there are consequences. You can't just go around accusing people of things like that without proof, without solid proof. I'm not talking about some isolated incident in a waiting room somewhere where there's no other witnesses around and accusing somebody of whispering in your ear. Okay. Um, or of saying somebody chased you into your hotel room and you were so scared that you ended up hiding in a bathtub. Um, or saying that eating a piece of candy thrown to you is the equivalent of um, of suggesting oral copulation. You know, I wonder if these people would have as much steam if more people stood up to it. That would be a very interesting thing to check out and hope for. All right, so getting back to the article here. In terms of anime and manga, thanks to the typically youthful nature of each respective medium's general art styles, as well as the characters overall, these accusations often amount to various Japanese creators being accused by online critics, their ranks made up almost exclusively of Western, in smaller quotes, fans, of being outright child predators of the highest degree, simply by drawing any character as anything other than a grotesque mishmash of racial and social stereotypes. In parentheses here, and to head off the inevitable pushback from these critics, in which they claim to only take this stance against, smaller quotes, sexualized underage characters, A cursory glance at the discourse surrounding any given anime series reveals that this is a complete lie, as even full-blown, non-loli adult characters regularly draw such accusations. And far from just the creators themselves, these critics have also made it their mission to level such claims against those fans who would deign to enjoy any material they deem to be, in smaller quotes, disgusting. Most recently, this phenomena was seen in the situation surrounding anime YouTuber chibi reviews. It's kind of funny. We just read that previous article, so these two articles were kind of connected together. Who found himself facing death threats, accusations of being a child lover, and full-blown doxing from Western anime fans simply for complimenting just the animation of a scene in the newly premiered Dandadan anime, in which its female lead, Momo, faces a potential, smaller quotes, forced encounter, smaller quote, with her alien captors. And again, they're basically telling us here that they're basically they can only, again, we saw this editor's note in the Chibi article too. At the time this article was being done, there was something going on with their embed um, bed function. So, if that wasn't frustrating enough, a handful of those same fans even went so far in their attempt to smear him that after gaining unauthorized access to the YouTuber's personal DeviantArt account, proceeded to upload, in smaller quotes, actual child sexual exploitation materials to its galleries. So again, I would ask again, who are the child sexual exploiters again? Why would these people have that material in the first place, right? It's not even let's not even get into that they're uploading it to his DeviantArt account, Chibi Reviews, but these people have these materials in the first place. What's up with that, right? Makes you kind of wonder. It's kind of like, as I was saying earlier, about the whole Rules for Radicals, Saul Alinsky bit. Look in the mirror, see the evils that you do, and then point to somebody else, say they do those evils. However, like Toka, Chibi Reviews refused to take this entitlement-fueled incident lying down. As previously reported, in light of these attacks, the YouTuber has announced that he will be taking legal action against the individuals who attempted to uh, denigrate his character. And that's all for that one. So, yeah, you know, it would be kind of interesting to see what would happen if people started taking stances against these people for this. We saw, maybe not everybody has the means to do it, but for those who do and do suffer from this, maybe it's a good time to start really, pushing back. Not just pushing back, just simply by blocking them or ignoring them or anything like that, but just take them to court. Yeah, it didn't work out for Vic, but if you take more of these people to court and show them that there are real consequences to these behaviors, maybe that will, in fact, dissuade them from continuing these behaviors. You can kind of push them back in the closet, as it were. Anyways, um, let's let me get into. So let's move on to the wrestling wrap up here. So we're gonna go over real quick last night's Monday Night Raw, talk about what's gonna be going down on tonight's NXT, maybe get caught up as well as maybe also get caught up on get caught up on some AEW news. So, anyways, last night's Monday Night Raw, which was taped actually last week, because as I did mention before, WWE is off in England for a tour. In a match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill retained the titles over Damage Control of Kairi Sane and Io Sky, with some interference coming from Metaphor, apparently, Jakara Jackson, Lash Legend, NXT Joe. So there's the possibility of Metaphor and Damage Control maybe starting to fester. In a first round match in a tournament to crown a new number one contender to the WWE World Tag Team titles, the War Raiders defeated Alpha Cat. War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, making their return to the WWE after being on the shelf with injuries, defeated Alpha Academy of Otis and Akira Tozawa. Braun Breaker defeated Kofi Kingston as they continue to show signs of Xavier Woods possibly turning heel, as he was kind of slow to try to help Kofi out as Kofi was getting beat down by Brock after the match. R-Truth defeated The Miz in their one-on-one match, and then the main event saw a tag team match end in a no contest in which Liv Morgan teamed with Raquel Rodriguez to they ended up in a no contest against Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton. So as they continue to build, of course, towards as they do continue to build towards Crown Jewel later this month. Now let's talk a little bit about what's going to be going on on NXT tonight from Orlando, Florida. They're back, of course, at the Performance Center after having been out on the road. In a gentleman's duel match, Oro. So these are the matches. These are the matches that are signed for tonight's NXT. In a gentleman's duel match, Oro Mensah takes on Lexis King. Ridge Holland will be taking on Riley Osborne of Chase U. In a women's match, Nikita Lyons takes on Lola Vice. Another women's match, Stephanie Baker makes her, I believe this would be her in-ring debut on NXT, taking on Ren Sinclair. And then in a triple threat match for the number one contendership of the NXT title, former champ Ethan Page takes on Wes Lee and Javon Evans. So now some quick little AEW notes before we move on to this day and age history. As Toni Storm is still set to make her debut in CMLL, she's been on an international excursion. She a couple weeks ago, she was in Stardom, teaming up with Mina Shirakawa. Now she's set to make her debut in CMLL, having over the weekend sent a video promo to CMLL after basically being threatened to have her genitalia pulled out of her, as it were. So, as for some other news that came out of Wrestle Dream this past Saturday, there were some more returns that we didn't talk as much about. Swerve Strickland made his return, coming back from injury, coming back from the effects of his injury or his match from in his match against Adam Page, in which he confronted MVP and Shelton Benjamin. So that all went down. There's talk about the potential of talk about some potential Swerve Strickland, Bobby Lashley. Once it's been officially confirmed that Lashley's been signed to AEW. Also, some other appearances returned following Jack Perry's victory over Katsuyori Shibata to retain the TNT title. Daniel Garcia came out to confront him, followed by MJF, who made his return, went after Daniel Garcia, and then Adam Cole made his long-awaited return from injury, as it looks like they're maybe potentially setting up a four-way feud between Perry as the TNT champion, MJF, Daniel Garcia, and Adam Cole. So a couple more little notes, tidbits that came out of that. So with that, now we're going to go ahead and so today is Tuesday, October 15th, 2024. So let's take a look back at this day in Niche history. So first off, I want to wish a happy 80th birthday. As soon as I pull this up here, I'd like to wish a happy 80th birthday to Israeli-American media proprietor, investor, music composer, producer of record, film, and television. Also known for being the founder of Saban Entertainment. Haim Saban. Happy 80th birthday to Haim Saban. He so of course, most notably among his productions, he was a key figure in producing the Power Rangers show. So happy 80th birthday to Haim Saban of Saban Productions. Now, moving on to 1954, 70 years ago today, on this date, 70 years ago today, the 20th issue of Two Gun Kid from Marvel, known at the time as Hercules Publishing Corporation, went on sale on newsstands on this date back in 1954, 70 years ago today. It was 10 cents, 32 pages, with 4 features, 3 of which were Two Gun Kid and Kid Colt Outlaw. So this is obviously a Western anthology here they were featuring. So 70 years ago today, the 20th issue of Two Gun Kid from Marvel, which was at the time known as Hercules Publishing Corporation, went on sale on this date back in 1954. And finally, on this date 15 years ago, in 2019, or 2009 rather, the day in 2009, Toei Animation's Welcome to Arabu's Office premiered on Japanese television on Fuji TV specifically on this date in back in 2009. So I guess it was an OVA. Yeah, OVA known as Kuchu Barranco actually no, it was actually a anime series, I guess. So on this date back in 2009, Toei Animation's Kuchu Barranco premiered on Japanese television on this date back in 2009, 15 years ago. So with that, I thank everybody for being here tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. We'll be back here with more niche news tomorrow. Also, this Friday, of course, I'll have Rick Piper with me, and we will be looking back to Coming to an on sale 19 in March of 1940. This week we'll be looking at comics from Stephen Smith, and most notably Shadow Comic Volume 1, Issue 3. So with that, I thank everybody for being here, and I hope to see everybody back here tomorrow. Bye!